We're recording now. All right, what's up, guys? We are back with first episode of 2022 for Quick Stix. James, Sam, how we doing, boys?
Glad to be back. Glad to be talking about lax again.
Has been way too long, to say the least.
Facts.
Sam, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Glad to be back. Glad to be talking to you guys. James, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Just have a question for everybody else. Are you guys going to buy a jersey when your team wins a ship? Or
See, that's so uncalled for.
I mean,
Just so everyone knows, we agreed to do this at the same time, I thought, and James just took charge and bought one for himself.
Whatever.
Well, when your guy's goalie gets MVP, cop a jersey.
Is that a Blaze jersey?
It is a Blaze jersey.
Wow. Yeah, it's funny. I actually went to the PLL store to buy a Chrome flag, and they were like, "Oh, you have to have at least 7 wins for this." And I was like,
"Oh my god,
this is awkward." So it's on back order until next season.
That's fair. Even more embarrassing is when people are looking at the back of my jersey. They're like, "Rahoden? Your last name is?"
Dude.
It's Reardon.
See, the best part is going to be in a few years when the PLL is big enough to people are like, "Damn, that dude's got an OG Blaze jersey."
That is actually really cool. That's cool.
That's going to be tight.
All right,
let's get this kicked off. We are in the heart of free agency right now with the PLL. We've already had a few trades going on. First one we had was Andrew Koo, attackman, and third-round pick to the Chaos, and then Jake Vaccaro, midfielder to the Cannons. Then we had Stephen Kelly, face-off specialist, going to the Cannons, third and fourth-round picks going to the Archers.
Yep.
And then just today, I believe, Ryan Tierney, attackman, going to the Cannons.
Yes.
Third and fourth round pick going to the Whipsnake. So let's go around real quick. Which one of these moves do you guys like the best? Who do you think it helps the most? James?
So mine's pretty easy. I think it's not a secret anymore that the Chaos are a Canadian team. They play indoor style, and that is what Andrew Koo is and why they picked him up. So they're no longer trying to hide behind this, like, oh, we'll have some guys who play the American way and other guys who are Canadian. I mean, they're going straight Canada, eh? So we'll see how it turns out. But I think that one's going to be big, and I'm it's definitely a homer pick for sure. But I think the Stephen Kelly thing is big because at some point, no matter how good someone is, you got to move on, and that offense is way too good for you not to have a consistent face-off guy. So we'll see. Sam, what you got?
You kind of led into my point, was the face-off guy, Stephen Kelly. As much as I talked about face-offs last year and how big they are, got to stay consistent, Sure. So I think that's a good move, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the Cannons and how well they do.
Yeah, and Matt, this is kind of just like an off the top question, but I'm actually curious your take on this. What other sport has a position that is this hell-bent on just getting possessions and the ability to play make it take it? Like, I don't know if we have this anywhere else in any other sport. Like, we have defensive players who get paid a lot to turn the ball over, but not one where it's neutral.
I guess you could say hockey, but
yeah, I guess I mean
possession.
But it's not the same.
It's not the
same.
same.
Especially being a loose puck sport too. So
yeah, I think hockey, operationally is the same, like mechanically is the same, in theory. But I don't know. I mean, I would say probably something like pitcher in baseball. I mean, you're not necessarily getting possessions, but you're minimizing damage on the defensive side.
Right.
If you win 70% of faceoffs in lacrosse, chances are you're going to win that game as long as your offense isn't just, sticking their thumbs up their asses. But I mean, If you like Clayton Kershaw, when he's on the mound, the Dodgers typically win.
Yeah.
So
it's like if that's so good, everything else doesn't have to be nearly as good.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a good question though.
Yeah, it's just I don't think people ever give lacrosse the thought of like playing a make it take it sport is so different than anything else I have played and we have played. It's so different. You can full press all you want, but it's not make it take it.
Well, and that's one of the things that I love, especially about any lacrosse, but PLL, dude, is we see such streaky games where like people will go on 5-6 goal runs.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, if you don't have a good face-off guy, there's no way to stop that unless you have a
Nothing.
Blaze Reardon in net.
Literally nothing you can do. You've got to sit back and enjoy the show.
Well, yeah, so I agree with Sam. I think Stephen Kelly to the Cannons is huge. The Cannons were dead last in faceoffs won last year. And everything we just talked about is a reason, that they weren't one of the top seeds. Stephen Kelly was 6 overall in the league in faceoffs, which I was saying to you earlier might look great on paper.
What was his percentage?
Not the best. Actually, I'd have to look it up. It wasn't.
I think it wasn't high, right?
Pretty close. I mean, Baptiste definitely ran away with it, but
yeah.
Again, it was a huge need for the Cannons. So I mean, it's a guy that they're obviously not going to get a Baptiste or a TD, so it's probably the best they could get right now.
It's just scary to think what Thompson's stats could have been with a real faceoff guy. Think about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Last in the league, dude. I mean, if TD or Trevor got to go down and give it to Thompson, I mean, come on.
Dude, and that's what I feel like we talked about this so much last year, and I hope the draft reflects this because we're finally seeing these coaches and teams being like, screw another attackman, screw a midfielder. We need a faceoff guy. We need the damn ball.
We have to get the ball.
Like you just said, you have one of the best attackmen in Lyle Thompson, and you can't get him the ball.
Right. It kind of negates the whole NFL overtime argument, right? Like if they were able to have a guy, it'd be cool if like they would adopt some type of like you can try a 40-yard touchdown play if you get the ball, and if you don't, the other team gets on the 20, that kind of thing. But
yeah, I mean you could have the Bills offense, but if you don't get the ball in overtime, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So
yeah,
I think we'll see a couple more for trades in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think this is the last of it. So
no. Not at all.
I think things are just gearing up. But so moving on, James.
Sorry. What's the date when it closes?
That's a good point.
It's not. I mean, it just opened, so it's probably anytime soon.
I was just wondering how long it goes for.
The window's open on January 8th, or they'll begin signing. It closed on April 1st.
All right. Cool.
Not an April
That's actually shorter window than I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was May.
James, did you want to kind of talk about the free agency kind of format this year and the changes that the PLL made real quick?
I do. And this is based upon that article that they put out in December. But essentially, it's allowing players to become more independent, sign multi-year contracts, and actually set their own value. And this is a great follow-up conversation to what we were just talking about. Because as of right now, there's nothing more valuable than TD. Why can't he sit down in a meeting and say, I am owed this much for this many years, and if you won't pay me, I will go elsewhere. Same conversations happen with golf right now, right? Giving the players the ability to, if they have a better financial opportunity, to go somewhere else. It looks like from this article that they didn't have much freedom before, which I don't think any league has grown when they've tried to ensure that their players don't have freedom. I mean, look at what the NBA is doing right now. It's a players' league, and it's like, the hottest it's been in a while. So I think it's huge. I think the head coach being the owner as well is going to be a little iffy. I want to get your guys' both take on that. Do you guys think that's a little too much power for one individual being head coach and GM?
Well, as the in-house Eagles fan, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
When that happened with Chip Kelly, it was a freaking disaster.
But is it the same though? Right? They don't own a city, right?
No, but and I get the PLL is probably not big enough to have a head coach and a designated GM.
Yeah.
I mean, the operation is just not that big yet, but
exactly.
I don't know. I feel like, and it might get this way with normal GMs too, but with a head coach, there's a lot of politics between players and coaches. And the fact that that can now transfer over to how much you get paid and how long the team retains you.
It's true.
Says a lot. I think it could be good, but I think you're going to have a few situations pop up where there's toxicity between players and coaches, and that leads to a player not getting re-signed or something just because the coach doesn't like him or thinks someone else is better. So,
I think what's scary is they're gonna have to pull back that power, right? The next 5 to 10, there's gonna have to be a day where some of those head coaches get an actual GM, and that's gonna be a really interesting
power
year. Yeah, exactly. Power's not so easy to give up. So
yeah, Sam, what do you think?
I agree with you guys. I do think I agree with what you said, Matt, that I think the league is so small now that like the coaches hold the title of coach and general manager, like, which is 2 totally separate jobs. But I think they're at the moment. They're trying to give the players this opportunity while, like, as the league is like, forcing it.
Growing. Yeah, on the up and up. Yeah.
So I think they're risking, knowing the coaches and working with them so closely. Like, I think they're giving them and trusting them with this responsibility, knowing that, everybody's going to do what's best for the team and each individual, but they're also giving the players the freedom to be like, no, I think I'm worth more. I'm going to go try over there.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, like what Matt said, headbutts, probably. It's going to be growing pains, but I think we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I just wonder if it's different because of the amount of teams. Like, we're not giving 32, we're not giving 25 guys this power. It's, a handful of guys in a room.
And I'm curious
wondering
what the contracts look like too, because
yeah,
that'll be like,
that's true.
That's half the battle right there is the contracts.
I'm wondering who the first quote unquote warriors of the PLL is going to be.
I mean,
because it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
But, like, do we not already have that with the Whip Snakes?
Yeah, but that wasn't through free agency. I'm saying, I'm saying,
sure,
you're going to have. So right now, like, you have a dynasty in the Whip Snakes, so you're going to have teams say, "Fuck it, let's go to this team and dethrone the Whip Snakes."
Yeah,
exactly like what you had with the Warriors.
But, like, that's kind of fun that Matt Rambo has to make that inevitable decision. Do I want to go get paid and play with the Chrome, or do I want to take a pay cut and win some ships?
Yes.
Which is a conversation I never thought we'd be having about lacrosse, ever.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So
I can't wait. But, yeah, I think the free agency part of it, allowing players to go seek out better opportunities is – I think it was a given from day one. They're just finally at that point where they're like, we're ready to do this. Or it's not happening until next season. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think the GM thing might be a little dicey, but free agency is going to be dope.
How weird is it going to be to get a tweet that says, like, Zed Williams is meeting with the Chaos today? Things like it's so weird, but it's going to happen.
No, he's not. He won't. No.
Well, I wasn't saying. I just.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Blaze is already talking to Chrome. That's crazy.
Oh, is he? He is.
Yeah. They can offer him more money. I don't know.
I have his jersey. Anyway, next topic.
By the way, someone commented on Dig's tape tweet about this that he wants to be the rich ball of the PLL. I fully endorse that offer.
If anybody else would like to take that job, you're wrong.
I mean, his whole helmet grading thing is fucking awesome. I love watching.
It's incredible.
It's so
it
cool.
is so, and
I like
takes
how
so
he's
much
like,
time.
He's impartial. He's like, no, like, horrible design, 5 out of 10.
Yep.
I mean,
like, super technical the higher he gets.
I didn't remember
he's a hot guy though.
Yeah, I didn't think I could be a bigger fan, but dude, his taste in helmets they're spot on. Every time. Some of those helmets are straight heat. They're so sick.
God, man, it's awesome.
All right. So,
what else we got?
What we want to do next was each name an impact player that we think, or I guess player that will have the biggest impact this year that didn't play last year.
Sure.
Sam, let's start with you. Who do you like this year?
Who you got? I'm super curious.
Well, you guys know, you saw on the transaction page, we picked up Alex Rode. Big pickup. Atlas. Excuse me. Sorry.
Bulls.
Yeah, go Bulls. Yeah, Alex Rode from UVA, goalie. Huge pickup.
Savage goalie.
So
you
good.
could say the road to the championship got a little smoother.
Yo, how long have you been waiting to pull that out?
Are you kidding me?
Be honest.
What? Wow.
Yeah, said no dad jokes this year.
Jesus.
But that leads me into my question of, now we have 3 goalies on the roster. What's happening? I just haven't heard any news about Concannon or Colarusso in terms of position or stuff.
Sam, who do you want to be the starter right now?
Yes, I need this.
I don't know if there's a wrong answer.
Okay,
but
who I want is Alex.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care who you think. Who do you personally want to be the starter?
Yeah. I think Colarusso will start and Rode will transition to the starter, like pretty into the season.
It's just hard because they both played so well. Like, ideally, you'd want some sort of like morphing, right? Like, you want Concannon when they're inside and you want
Exactly.
they have outside shots.
Yeah, exactly. Because Concannon's like,
Can you imagine just like subbing goalies like that?
It'd be, I mean, or maybe they do the first half, second half thing.
See,
I mean,
that's what I think they might do.
Teams
some
did
games.
that to us in high school. You even saw it in college. It ruins your offense, man. I mean, you're shooting off stick high all first half, and now that's stick side high. It's a whole different game.
I think we're gonna see that at least once.
that'd be interesting.
But I mean, it is. But like Matt, isn't this kind of perfect though? Let's say like the Atlas have a season like that. The next season, another team's like, "Hey, we'll pay you guys more. You can play the whole time." They might bounce.
And that's what I love is because there are teams that have 3 starting goalies.
Yeah.
And it's like right now they're stuck with them unless they trade them. But now it's next season it's gonna be like shit. We can use these guys as bartering pieces.
Seriously.
I love it.
That's gonna be interesting.
That's what they're hoping it's going to turn into. As I don't know, what's the next team? Have they said they're going to expand soon?
I don't.
Not that I've seen.
No.
I mean, you guys did. Sorry, what's this? Not Concannon. What's the other guy's name?
Colarusso.
You guys did him dirty, by the way. Super dirty. You guys did him bad, actually. He should have played a lot more.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, I think they held on to Concannon way too long.
Oh,
like it shouldn't have been an injury or something. Like he was a better playing goalie at the time. And I know a lot of goalie is leadership and being able to do that, but at the time he was saving balls, and they should have ran with him a little longer. But hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Sam, what else? Was that it?
In terms of player who's going to make an impact. Yeah.
Okay. James?
Yes. So mine's pretty easy. I was a big fan of this kid when he was at Hopkins. His name's Cole Williams. He is 6'5", 215, so a little smaller than me. And he's an absolute nightmare on attack. I don't think he was used correctly at Hopkins, honestly. To give you guys a reference on how good he was at Hopkins, he played with, I think, Wells, Stanwyck, and maybe Shaq as well. No pun intended.
Well.
Nice. He finished with 102 goals, 55 assists, and 157 points. So he didn't play in the PLL last year just because of COVID. So he played his 5th year at Hopkins, which I don't think they really had a place for him, but he did play. And I think something that I want to get your guys' take on is people need to realize that as this game grows, we're actually going to see guys who are better suited for the PLL than they were for college ball. Whether that's the speed of the game, the lack of space in some places, or just physicality in general. So there's going to be guys that we don't hear anything about in college, and then they're going to, find a niche market, if you will, in a PLL team. They're going to excel. And I feel like a 6'5", 215 attackman in a game where you're basically playing fast breaks on fast breaks, I think he's going to blow up for the Chrome. So I think he'll be a problem, and I think he with their midfield are really going to excel them to the next level. So I'm going to be very curious to see which defender gets the Cole Williams assignment each week, because we've seen Rambo run through checks like it's catch me if you can. So I'm curious if Cole Williams will be able to do the same.
Oh my God.
So I mean, it's just my take. It's a great movie.
Are we supposed to believe you just brought that out off the top?
I did. Okay, so Sam can come up with whatever.
Run through checks like catch me if you can.
Sam doesn't get the reference, man. He's got it here. I'll send the link to the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
I know it's
Leo DiCaprio. Yeah,
fantastic. Good stuff. Anyway, Cole Williams, 6'5".
Yeah, I hope you're right. Lord knows, my God, we need help in midfield. We need help everywhere, but midfield, my God.
Dude, you guys are just injury ridden. You guys don't need fucking help. You guys it's just so many injuries.
That's true. We were the 2 seed in 2020. People forget that, but
wow.
No, I mean, I love Cole Williams. I think he's going to be
great.
A force to be reckoned with. I'm also very curious. Yeah, like you said, it changes the complete defensive assignment when you play Chrome now. So I'm very, very curious how you approach him, because the dude is just so big. He's enormous.
I mean, that's a nightmare with that amount of space and how the PLL's played. So
yeah,
we'll see. Matt, who do you?
I'm going with the homer pick. I love JT Giles Harris more than anybody. For those of you who don't know, he was drafted 3rd overall in 2021 by the Chrome. Dude won the top defenseman award in college when he was at Duke in 2021. He's a 2-time All-American. missed all of last season with an injury. He is, from what I've heard so far, looking great, fully healthy. So Chrome's defense was abysmal last year. They really couldn't cover any attack they played. But yes, he's only one defenseman. He doesn't fully fix the issue, but he's just going to be the captain of that defensive core. And even at 22 or whatever he is, the kid's just a natural born leader. So can't wait for him. He's going to absolutely change this team. I hope with him healthy, Cole Williams, a few more additions, Chrome might be looking a little better than they did last year. Nowhere to go but up, baby.
I agree.
Stop laughing.
I think I think JT might be high on my list of he actually will be a better player for the PLL than he was in college. 100%.
Wow.
He is a freak athlete, absolute freak. With stick skills.
Watching him play ACC lacrosse, he made it look easy.
Seriously.
It was ridiculous.
Slide packages. And let's say that guy starts dropping 2 bombs. What happens then?
So that's my only worry about how he's going to translate is he's never had to worry about that. I don't know if people realize how big of a covering the 2-point line. I'm saying.
Sure. Right.
It's just like
actually that's true. That's actually a good point.
It's just so much more space you have to cover.
Yeah, because we can do fast break drills all day, but dude, there wasn't for Jared Newman, it might be a 13-yard slide, not a hyperbole, 13-yard slide from where you are in the crease, if not more.
God.
And then you have to get back to back to an
it's
attackman.
Not just getting up there. It's
exactly. Jesus.
Yeah,
I think
so we'll see.
JT's gonna have a big year. They'll have a big year.
He will.
He'll be healthy.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up with.
Sure.
Let's do some hot takes. One hot take for the 2022 season.
Of it. Matt, go first.
I mean, dude.
What's your hot take? I need it.
I have to keep the streak going. We will see our first 20 goals.
Oh my God. The 20 goals, man. Are you kidding?
Dude, I am 0 for 8 with this freaking prediction.
But you've been so close.
I am riding. Dude, we've seen 19 goals, I think, 3 times.
Okay, which team do you think will break it?
Great question.
Whip snakes.
It's either – so Whip Snakes are my absolute number one seed. My dark horse is Water Dogs.
Water Dogs. Water Dogs are going to do it.
I think –
wow.
Damn. I don't know. I have to – you can't not pick Whip Snakes there. But I could see Water Dogs.
Water Dogs have a Twarton winner playing midfield.
Sours back, healthy.
Yeah. Ben Reeves, damn, that's
It'll probably be against the fucking Chrome.
That would be just poetic justice at its best. Sammy,
let's hear what you got, Sam.
What you got?
Whip Snakes aren't going back to the finals.
The fact that that's a hot take is just crazy to me, but it is.
God, I guess it is.
But it is a hot take.
What do you think, Sam? Why? Why do you say that?
I wish you would have said they weren't going to make the playoffs. Come on. I got you. I know it's impossible, but I get that. Why do you think they don't have it?
No, I think rematch versus Woods again in semis, and I think Woods take it.
But your hot take is they won't make it.
Right. Oh yeah, I think they won't make it, regardless of who they play in the semis.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wow. Remember though. We were a TD injury away from so.
Dude,
always going to be the question.
That's where I want. And I will say this is because the Whip Snakes were what, the 6 seed going in the playoffs, 5 seed, something like that.
Yeah, because remember Rambo broke his wrist.
Yeah, well that's why. But,
yeah.
To James's point, this league is so damn competitive that not even a guy like Rambo, it could be just a mid-tier player goes down and it's a season changer.
The Woods lost their best defensive midi, who also creates transition.
Yeah,
change the entire game.
It's
if he plays, that's a different game. Right. That's true.
The Redwoods were riddled with injuries towards the end of the year. TD was out. Perkovic was out.
Dude, Perkovic is about to have a year, man. He found his role.
I know.
He's about to bowl. Jeez.
All right, James, what do you got?
We'll see Jared Newman of 2019 coming back. 2-pointers, good defenseman running the field. He probably hasn't made – I don't know when the last time he's made a 2-pointer. It's been that long. I think we see the Jared Newman of old. I think he saw the Twitter banter about him being overrated and all that, and I think he comes back. I think he comes back to old Jared Newman. So we'll
I
see.
would love to see that vintage Jared Newman.
It was so fun to watch. You should have slid again.
But holy shit, look out for the rest of the league if that dude finds himself again.
100%.
My God.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun. And I'm also super curious. What did the Chaos Championship do for other coaches? Was what we did the new RPO of the NFL? Like, are people gonna try to have like a little Canadian offense here?
For sure.
Dude, there was teams that didn't have an answer because it's not normal slide packages. If you guys have watched any of the NLL, players do not stop moving ever. Like you don't post up somewhere.
Awesome.
It's so different. It's amazing. It's amazing. So
yeah, I mean it's definitely going to be the same as larger sports. I mean, anytime you have a team win a championship, with such a different approach to the game, you're going to have copycats for it. So I mean, but again, I mean, you have to spend more time this offseason preparing for it. It's coming. It's like Syracuse zone.
Wow, that's actually a good analogy. It's also hard though because it's so, like Canadian offense is so personnel based. You don't want Miles Jones in that kind of offense, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Chaos is a perfect fit.
Exactly. Like he's gotten all the Canadian guys and never drop passes, and we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm overly excited for this year, and I hope we can all get together for the Charlotte weekend. That'd be tight.
I know NCAA lacrosse is great, but it's such a tease for PLL.
It is. But
did they only announce the season up to the All-Star week, right?
What's that?
Did they only announce the schedule up until the All-Star week?
Yeah, they're still gonna have more. I mean, dude, they have to do DC again, and I need to see Duke play this year, man. I got to see McNeil. I got to see that kid.
Dude, I'm already going to UVA. I think is in March.
I
will be there.
We are two games in for Duke, and I'm gonna say right now that kid will be in top 5 Tour-a-thon finalists this year. I don't care what anybody said.
Dude, he's on
Chris
track.
Chris Gray is very good. Connor on UVA, very good. Brandon McNeil is with that. He's in that conversation. So.
Yeah, he's going to break some records this year for sure.
He is. Absolutely.
All right, gents. Well, it's been a pleasure. We will be probably back next week. We might just keep this going for the time being as long as the free agency activity keeps up.
Love that.
So, yeah, links to our Spotify and YouTube are in our bio, so check us out. But we will catch you guys next week.
Boneless wings over bone in. See you guys.
Oh, wait.